Tonight, an update to a story we have been reporting on all last year, how dangerous and trashy the Miami Marine Stadium Basin has become because of all the boaters and jet skiers who use it.
Well, the city and the state both fighting back to preserve this precious waterway, the marine life, and the residents who passively use it. New signage has just gone up, and it's working. It's tonight's Don't Trash Our Treasure. It's bright and early on a Saturday morning, and the Miami Marine Stadium Basin is quiet and peaceful, as it should be.
It says slow speed, minimum wake.
What a difference a sign makes. There are now 4 of them in the basin. The city of Miami finally installed them last month, and those who regularly recreate here say they've been a total game changer.
Much safer. We don't see them going crazy like they used to.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
We've been reporting on the problem for months. Jet skiers harassing rowers and paddlers here. Irresponsible boaters congesting the waterway, trashing the islands and shorelines.
If you would speak to Marine Patrol maybe less than a year ago, they would have told you this was the Wild West. I mean, that's how bad it was.
We first met paddling instructor Paulo Ameglio last year when we reported on the enormous amounts of litter that always accumulates here.
It's ridiculous.
Ameglio, other paddlers, rowers, and parents begging the city to address all the issues that were trashing the basin and making it unsafe. The Coast Guard says illegal rentals of boats and jet skis boomed during the pandemic as Miami saw a dramatic uptick in tourism. Many of those visitors hitting the water, with some not knowing how to properly operate a boat or jet ski. Add alcohol to the mix, and it was a recipe for disaster.
We have a lot of our marine casualties actually happen in Marine Stadium, whether it's jet ski slamming into the side of boats, hitting people in the water, boats backing down over people in the water.
According to FWC, last year there were 57 accidents involving boats and jet skis in Miami-Dade County. 3 of them fatal, 1 in the basin by the Rickenbacker Marina. It should be noted that in 2014, the city of Miami deemed the basin a slow speed zone, but the state never followed through. And without the signs, Marine Patrol couldn't enforce it.
I walked over to people's offices and I sat there and I said, how can we get this done?
State Senator Ileana Garcia finally got the state to move on the signs this past September after touring the basin with members of the Coast Guard, Marine Patrol, and FWC last August and witnessing the chaos firsthand.
And the fact of the matter was that we did need signage and we did need enthusiasm and motivation to move towards being proactive again, because I think everybody just got tired of nothing happening.
And Garcia not stopping with just signs. She, along with House Rep Adam Botana, have introduced the Boating Safety Act of 2022, a measure to crack down on illegal boat and jet ski rentals, increasing fines and giving law enforcement more muscle to enforce.
So with the Boating Safety Act, we will make sure that everyone who is handling a livery has to be permitted, and then that they have some type of liability and they have some type of accountability.
The bill still has to be voted on, but Garcia already procuring state funding to beef up Marine Patrol. Miami-Dade will get 4 new officers, City of Miami will get 5, and there will be more patrol boats on the water. But in 6 short weeks, these signs already making a world of difference.
The kids are reporting that they feel safe for the first time on the water. They're also reporting that they're seeing more marine life, more dolphins, more manatees.
There's also noticeably less litter. Remember last April?
Look at this. Beer bottles.
Ameglio showed us how trashed the basin shorelines would get after a weekend of partying on the water.
Red Solo cups. Hate these.
Well, check it out now.
But it's nothing like what we used to have here. I mean, people are starting to behave better. People are starting to understand that they got to take care of this resource.
It is a sign we're finally moving in the right direction, waking up to what's at stake and what we stand to lose if we don't act now to save it.
Speaking up matters, and it produces results. We still got a ways to go. Don't lose faith. Keep it going. Aloha.
Don't lose faith. Keep it going. Over the summer, the city of Miami also increased trash collection to twice a week on both Willis Island and Pace Picnic Island. But the goal is to get users of the spoil islands to pack up and pack out whatever they bring onto them. If people don't start picking up after themselves, the city, the county, and the state are considering banning motorboats and jet skis from using the islands altogether. All options are on the table.